I was sitting on my couch with a friend, scrolling through Tinder, and she was swiping left and right. And every time she landed on a fit, athletic guy with abs for days and a profile that said, just ask, she'd pause and say, oh, he's cute, and then swipe right. Now, I asked her why, and she said, he's my type. I looked at her and said, girl, your type is a trauma bond. This episode is for the woman who DM'd me, how do I stop falling for the same kind of guy? Because here's the truth. Your type isn't a preference, it's a pattern. And chemistry, it's not always passion. Sometimes it's chaos wearing cologne.
Hey there, love rebel. Christy Holt here, your happiness hussy and recovered good girl. Welcome to Unstuck, 30 days to rewrite your love story. Repeat after me. I am the plot twist. Now let's freaking go.
Now let's get real for a second. That spark that you feel, the one that makes your heart race and your palms sweat, it can be a good thing, but only if you give it time to breathe. Passion without discernment is just chaos in a pretty package. And here's the thing, trauma bonds aren't about love, they're about survival. You're not attracted to them. You're attracted to the cycle of highs and lows because it feels like proof that you're alive. And to quote Taylor Swift, hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. But here's the good news. You can rewire your attraction. And it starts with understanding that your type isn't a preference. It is a pattern, and patterns can be broken. So let's talk about why we're drawn to the people we're drawn to, because it's not random. It's actually rooted in what felt familiar growing up. For example, if you grew up with a parent who was emotionally unavailable, you might find yourself drawn to partners who are distant or hard to connect with. It feels like home, even if home was really fucking lonely. And if you had a parent who was critical or demanding, you might chase after people who make you feel like you have to prove your worth. The chase feels like love, but it's actually just a replay of trying to earn approval. Now, if your childhood was chaotic or unpredictable, you might mistake intensity for passion. The roller coaster feels exciting, but it's just your nervous system recognizing chaos as your normal. Does any of this sound familiar? Because we're drawn to what feels familiar, not what feels healthy. And if love felt like walking on eggshells or chasing after someone who couldn't meet your emotional needs, that's what your body will recognize as love. It's not your fault. And it is your responsibility should you decide to unlearn it. A healthy relationship isn't just about passion. It's actually about safety too. It's about someone who shows up consistently, who handles your heart with care, and who doesn't make you question where you stand. It's about taking things slowly, getting to know them, watching things like how they talk to their mom, their sisters, their exes, learning how they speak about other women, how they handle your heart in times of worry or distress. The spark isn't the problem. It's when you let that spark dictate everything without taking the time to see if it's lighting a fire or burning you alive. And if your type is the guy with the six-pack abs and the emotional depth of a puddle, it's time to ask yourself, is this passion or is this a pattern? And before Aunt Linda chimes in with her classic, you just haven't met the right one yet, let me stop you right there. Tell Aunt Linda to shove her advice where the sun don't shine. You're not waiting for the right one. You're unlearning the wrong ones, and that's a whole different story. And the truth is, you are working on being the right one. So your rebellious assignment this week is to write a list of your exes. Yes, all of them. Even the one who ghosted you after 3 dates. And next to each name, I want you to write down the qualities that drew you to them. Were they physically fit? Were they attractive? Were they intense? Were they emotionally unavailable? Now, circle the patterns. And before you use this list as a tool for discernment, take a deep breath. Breathe in clarity and exhale to release those past patterns. Now, the next time you feel that spark, pull out your list and ask yourself, is this passion or a pattern? Is this someone who can handle my heart? Or is this just another trauma bond in disguise? And if you're feeling a little extra spicy, go ahead and add this to your fuck it list. Waiting for my type to change. Because here's the thing, your type isn't broken. It's the definition of love. That's your problem. And we're fixing that. Head over to the Rebellious AF in Love playlist to find Gaslighter by the Chicks. Let those harmonies remind you that toxic patterns aren't your type. They're lessons wearing disguises. The link is in the show notes. To help you find and spot those healthy patterns, I invite you to listen to my episode in the previous season called Spotting Success in Love, 20 Green Flags for a Happier, Healthier Relationship, because it's packed with the tools that you need to help you recognize what a healthy relationship looks and feels like. And speaking of fixing things, if you're ready to dive deeper into rewiring your love story, grab a copy of my book, Love Unstuck. It's filled with tools, exercises, and real talk advice to help you break free from these toxic patterns to create the love you truly deserve. Head to loveunstuck.com to grab your copy. In the next episode, we'll explore how to spot when they're a project, not a partner. And if you're dating someone who just needs a little fixing, you're not their girlfriend, you're their therapist. And girl, you do not get paid enough for that. I love you. Now let's go do some epic shit, shall we?
If this hit like a 2 a.m. epiphany, do me a solid. Subscribe. Leave a hell yes below. Share this with someone who's done settling. And grab your plot twist toolkit at loveunstuck.com. Your love story is already rewriting itself. Now go choose yourself like your happiness depends on it, because it does.